Hi guys, how's it going? This is Nick from the OP Poker team here with a very special video. Recently, the OP Poker team was invited to attend this year's EGX conference at the NEC Birmingham. And for those of you that follow us on social media, you'll know that we were there to check out the brand new PokerStars VR product. So our first impressions of PokerStars VR are insane. It really is a product you need to experience to understand just how immersive, realistic, and fun this game really is. And what better place to give players a chance to experience it than at the UK's biggest gaming event. I got the opportunity to ask some of these players just how they felt about the game as they finished their first and sometimes second dives into PokerStars VR. What are your first reactions of PokerStars VR?
It's overwhelming. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. First you start as okay, I want to play poker, but then you start throwing things. But then again, you're focusing on the poker part again. And
right.
There's so much things happening, and it's really fun.
So you're really happy with the execution of the actual mechanics of poker?
Yeah, it's amazing because you just do things and it works. I mean, you just put things there and it stands.
It seems intuitive, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
I was smoking a cigar,
yeah.
I put it somewhere and it just kept there, and I put it on something else and just stayed there. It was really good.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Do you play poker in your spare time?
No.
No. Okay. But it was a great VR experience. What you're saying? All right, great. Would you consider playing PokerStars VR in the future?
Yeah, I think so, because it's on the PC, right?
Yes.
And I think it's easy, playable at home. Mm-hmm. And I think
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a VR rig in your home?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But after EGX, you're considering maybe getting there.
It's really nice. Yeah.
All right. Awesome, Eric. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks a lot, and I'm glad you enjoyed the game. Have a great time.
Connor, my man. What were your first reactions to PokerStars VR?
It was sweet. It was so much fun. Playing around with all the different toys, like the controls as well, like really easy to use. Mm-hmm. Like I've only used VR once before. It was really easy to pick up.
Yep.
So yeah, like I say, it was good fun.
Okay.
Really good fun.
Good stuff. All right. Do you play poker in your spare time?
Yes. I play quite a bit. There's a couple of like local leagues that I frequent occasionally, and I play quite a bit online as well.
Okay.
Like, kind of pass the time.
So following to that, you feel like the controls were pretty intuitive, like similar to what you'd find in a normal game?
Yeah, like, it took some getting used to it, but once I'd like kind of work my hands around the the pitching action and grabbing action, but it was very easy to get hold of. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect, mate. Yeah. Would you play PokerStars VR in the future?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Like I say, I'm waiting for the VR sets to drop.
Right.
Like in a little bit, but once they go below a certain amount, I'm grabbing one, and when PokerStars comes out, I'm definitely grabbing it.
Just out of interest, what would you consider a good base level for that price to come down?
So at the moment, it's sitting at around about the 400.
That's correct.
Yeah. I'd say a good market of that is around about the same price as you'd see like a release date console coming out at. So around about the like 320 to 350 mark.
All right.
I think would be a really good price point for those.
That's fascinating. That's really interesting. That's a really good thing to know. Connor, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. That was really interesting.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. All right, Devin Scott, what are your first reactions of PokerStars VR?
I was surprised and shocked at the way the game plays. The gameplay, I love the gameplay.
Yeah.
I do play a lot of poker with my friends and that, but we do play a bit on the Xbox as well, but nothing like this.
Right.
Especially for a VR.
Okay.
I would say PlayStation VR and this, I would have preferred this all day.
Oh yeah.
Because as long as you're in the game, but at the same time you can just have the amount of fun as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can throw stuff at your friends, you can have guns, you can have pistols, champagne, and also throw balls at each other. It is amazing.
I got you.
And it's like, what, the second time that we've been on it?
This was your second time here at EGX, yeah?
Well,
you had to come back for it.
I've been doing the EGX for the past 8 years now, so that ain't bad, but I came yesterday and played this. We wanted to come back yesterday afternoon, but we didn't have a chance.
Okay.
But this was the second game that we came this morning to play.
All right.
So it's very
awesome.
So me, for my money, this will always get my money.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Awesome. Okay. My man, thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Mr. Gareth, what were your first reactions of PokerStars VR?
Trippy. It was just the way it all moved and stuff. It just really felt kind of like dead smooth and kind of moved well, as it were. I was kind of surprised at how good it was.
All right, nice. So it felt very natural. It felt very fluid.
completely.
Yeah, so you were happy with the immersive experience.
Yeah, I mean, when you get it all set up, and it was just figuring out the hand patterns was, at first got a bit tricky, then you kind of, more and more you play it, the more you figure it out.
Right, yeah. And then eventually it's just second nature, right? It's really, yeah, you're just like, of course, why don't I always have a watch that does that? You know?
I look down and go, that's not right.
Do you play poker yourself?
Little bits and pieces, not loads.
Okay. Home games or?
Just kind of at home with friends.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Would you consider playing PokerStars VR in the future?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother's got like VR stuff, and it's just it'd be something right up on the list.
Cool, perfect. Gareth, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries
Thank you so
whatsoever.
much. That's right. Perfect. Thank you, man. All right, so Tom, what are your first reactions of PokerStars VR?
Yeah, it's really good. It's exciting piece of software, very immersive. You get to really feel like you're at the table whilst also having all of the sort of mundane stuff sorted out for you already.
Right.
Like counts out your bets ahead of time.
Yep.
There's a lot of craziness at the table.
Yep.
I think that's great. So for the fun platform, the fun element of it,
Sure.
really good.
Okay.
But you know, I think as I sort of play professionally as well, I would struggle to go through long hours at the table.
Okay.
But I think it's based on fun at the moment.
Sure. So what you're saying is, with the additional elements like the animations and the guns and all that, it's a bit frantic, and it's a bit too much if you wanted to just sit and have a serious game.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not appropriate for a serious game,
Okay.
but for fun, it's just right up there with what you need.
Great.
Like, I can imagine me and my friends who live, up and down the country.
Right.
Sitting down, playing that, and then having a cold beer,
right.
and having a laugh.
Right. But also playing poker and taking it a bit more serious.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I could definitely see that as a good format for serious poker.
Okay.
as well.
Well, perhaps in the future it might be a good idea to add a game where you don't have the additional elements and it's just literally there
right.
for.
Or the ability. I mean, I was thinking as I was there, the ability to go onto your watch and turn off
Mute.
all of other players' interactions.
Sure.
I think that would be really valuable.
Okay, that's great. That's honest. That's great feedback. So yeah, as you just mentioned, you used to play poker professionally, or you still play poker professionally?
Yeah, I do. It's mostly live now.
Okay.
I played online a lot, including on PokerStars.
Okay.
But the format was always there used to be a format called PKR.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember.
I played it myself.
That sort of introduced the 3D sort of Sims-like experience
Yep.
into poker, which is very interesting. But at the same time, obviously PKR isn't here anymore.
Yes.
I think this is taking it to the next level.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
people definitely enjoyed that format, so
Right.
I can see this has got a good market.
Okay, great. Tom, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate you taking the time.